After decades spent wandering the NBA wilderness, the New York Knicks and their long-suffering fans finally appear to be on the right track. But the Knicks still have work to do if the franchise wants a real shot at ending its 50-year title drought. Taking the next step isn't just about adding to the 47-win team that advanced to the second round of the 2023 playoffs. If New York truly has its eyes on a greater prize, it's time to break up the duo of Julius Randle and RJ Barrett. For much of the 21st century, any progress the Knicks made was immediately undone by their own incompetence. Whether it was getting back to the playoffs in 2004, building a perennial postseason team around Carmelo Anthony in the early 2010s, or a surprise playoff berth in 2021, New York always followed up those steps forward with multiple steps back. The 2022-23 season felt different though, with New Jersey native Jalen Brunson emerging as a genuine franchise star on a team-friendly contract, and youngsters like Emmanuel Quickley, Mitchell Robinson, and Quentin Grimes, among others, coming into their own. This felt like the start of something real at Madison Square Garden rather than the pinnacle. Brunson's arrival as a lead guard, which meant offensive initiation duties no longer fell on Randle's shoulders, also helped the big man enjoy the finest season of his career. But their eventual second-round series loss to Miami laid bare the limitations of this group. As presently constructed, the Knicks are a solid team with a capped ceiling well below championship contention, which is why many expect New York to be in the running for the next available superstar on the trade market. In addition to a bevy of young talent and some big money contracts, the Knicks also own potential future first-rounders from Dallas, Detroit, Washington, and Milwaukee. No matter who they add this offseason though, the Knicks have to move one of Randle or Barrett. As fun as the vibes were at MSG this year, as balanced as the NBA may be in this unprecedented era of parity, and as high as the salary cap might rise, you're still not competing for a title with two ball-stopping, high-usage, inefficient, non-number ones combining to make roughly $50 million.
It's not gonna happen.
There's a reason the Knicks excel when only one of Randle or Barrett are on the court. The question is, which player do the Knicks move? Randle's the better player today, a 28-year-old power forward squarely in his prime, under contract for at least a couple more years, with 2 All-NBA selections to his name in the last 3 seasons. But this also feels like the time to sell high. Though he greatly improved his shot selection this past season, too much of Randle's impact is still dependent on tough shot making. He's not the playmaker his 5 assists per game over the last 3 years would indicate. He often holds the ball at least a second too long, his defensive effort comes and goes, and his body language can be downright horrible when things aren't going his way on the offensive end. The Knicks would be wise to dangle Randle on the trade market after his stellar 2022-23 campaign, while his $25.7 million salary for next season still looks fair, as opposed to banking on a repeat performance next year. Meanwhile, Barrett's value to both the Knicks and a prospective trade partner is more about upside than proven NBA abilities. The 23-year-old has put together stretches of two-way brilliance, but his consistency has left much to be desired, and his overall impact falls far short of what teams would expect from a player set to earn an average of $26.8 million over the next 4 years. When Barrett shot 40% from deep for a Knicks playoff team in 2021, there was hope that the Canadian could at least develop into an elite 3-and-D type of wing. But he's followed that up by shooting 32.6% from three-point range over the last 2 years. To put Barrett's inefficiency in perspective, among 122 players who've taken at least 10 shots per game over the last 2 seasons, Barrett ranks 120th in effective field goal percentage, just ahead of Dylan Brooks and Reggie Jackson. Aside from his three-point shooting in 2020-21, Barrett has never ranked higher than the 43rd percentile among wings from any area of the court. That type of woeful shooting, combined with limited playmaking abilities, is fine when you're a defensive role player or a rarely used veteran. When you're a $25 million player soaking up a ton of your team's possessions, though, not so much.
RJ Barrett's going to be a long off season. You are absolutely pathetic. 1 of 10 from the field. In 32 minutes, all you could score was 1 basket. You gotta really look yourself in the mirror and work on your game, young man.
Youth be damned. The chances there's a team out there willing to overlook all of Barrett's shortcomings on that contract are slim. The Knicks' best hope seems to be selling high on Randle and hoping a better shooting star and the offensive space it creates can help Barrett become the best version of himself. Whether it's as part of a Randle deal or a separate blockbuster, can the Knicks rid themselves of Randle and enter next season with Karl-Anthony Towns in the fold? The Rockets seem hellbent on making a short-sighted move to raise the team's floor, but would they really deal some of their draft capital or young talent for Randle? The Knicks should at least be trying to find out. Neither Randle nor Barrett are necessarily bad players, and the Knicks are no longer a bad team, but the two supporting stars just don't fit together. If New York wants to be more than just a solid playoff squad, one of Randle or Barrett has to go.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video and want to see more content like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button.